Good evening. Hope you can hear me and see my presentation.
Yes, sir.
Now, today the world is suffering. Rather than COVID-19, the Facebook issues. Sri Lanka, a huge number connected to Facebook and social media. So social media is there actually with the concept of getting the society together. But today, the creator of the Facebook, even from the Harvard University, assignment as the starting head, and they are also suffering. Today I got a call, sir, a Facebook has created on my name. So when we were checking, the person in Sri Lanka, he had a computer in Singapore. So someone has connected to that with VPN and created the Facebook. Those are some of the issues. Even the laws are not there in the world, not in Sri Lanka. So online defamation and freedom of expression is today my topic. What I am going to elaborate, everyone from the birth, we are all human beings. So we have our own thoughts, our own opinion, our own speech. That is democracy. That is where the United Nations human rights speak about. But this freedom of speech, even from 1948 up to now, there are certain versions that happen. So therefore, because of this type of defamatory material statements as well as other pictures, several people, several students had committed suicide. So that is a very sad incident. I hope one day you may not get a letter like this. Now this is the letter. So this is where I am reading a part of a letter of demand sent by a lawyer to one of my clients, which specifically say one thing. What is that? Telecasting, broadcasting is a fundamental false, wrong, and have been published by you maliciously and also with reckless disregard the truth with the knowledge, and that the said publication will lower my client estimate in the eyes of general public. As a result, my client has been defamed and brought into distress. So thereby I am instructed to state that the said telecasting and broadcasting you have damaged and of course damage to the reputation of a goodwill of my client, who is a reputed and highly respected citizen of the country. I am instructed to state that my client has suffered immense and tremendous damage to his image and reputation, and therefore he is asking 1 billion. So see, one word defamation is asking 1 billion rupees. That means for a human reputation, there is no value. It can be 50 million, it can be 100 million. So this is where you have to be very careful. When you are making statements, you have to double check. One side, the law is there, and the other side also, you may face certain legal issues. And then you can see, basically, Sri Lanka. Now in Sri Lanka, freedom of speech and defamation. Where to draw the line? That is the issue we are facing. So freedom of speech is a constitutional right. It's a fundamental human right. But remember, even it's a fundamental human right, which is guaranteed by the international law. Freedom of speech is a very important fundamental right, but subject to certain limitations under the UN 1948 Universal Declaration. And also the Civil and Political Rights Convention. That is where Article 1966 introduced. It's a fundamental human right, but one such restriction is defamation. Sri Lanka law. If you come to Sri Lanka domestic law 1978 Constitution, Chapter 3 itself guaranteeing citizens' right to freedom of speech. You can speak, you can write, you can publish, you can put a poster, all these rights are guaranteed, but restrictions are there. So very carefully you have to see, this is not an absolute right. Right to life is an absolute right in the world. Freedom of torture is an absolute right in the world. But remember, right to speech is not an absolute right. There are several restrictions. So when you are right, when you put comments, when you post statement, think twice. Otherwise, one day you will get a letter like that asking for the damage if you are making a statement against another person. So such restrictions may be prescribed by law, interest of racial and religious harmony, in relation to parliamentary privileges, contempt of court. You know, one of the parliamentarian today suffering for 4 years, he had to face a jail sentence. Why? He made a speech, he gave certain things, but it is contempt of court. So you have to be very careful. And the other one is defamation. So defamation, if I am making a statement against another person, against the institution, against Colombo University, against Sri Pali campus, if it is a defamatory one, I have to face the consequences. Why the university introduced today a social media policy, privacy policy we have. So all the students, all the staff, we are bound by internal regulations. So you have to be very careful when making a statement. Now, two senior officers in Sri Lanka, #1 institution, facing certain things because they have made defamatory action. So the institution can take them disciplinary action. So you have to be very careful. Reasonable criticism, yes, well accepted. But unreasonable, defamatory statement, if you are making, you have to think twice now. Now, what is defamation basically? Simple English. Harming someone's reputation by making a false statement to a third party. Now, let's see. Someone is making a statement against Pratibha Mahana. He is a drug dealer. Pratibha Mahana is a drug dealer. Now it is really, it is damaging my reputation. So it's a false statement. There is no truth. Then I have a legal action because my image in the society put into very lower level. So there are two types of defamation. One is called libel and slander. This is English law. Not only in Sri Lanka, 54 countries, all our Commonwealth countries, we follow the same law. But some countries, they are having very strict laws rather than that. So libel is a written and printed statement. Today we are coming to online. It can be an email. It can be a newsletter. It can be a Facebook comment. It can be a Facebook comment. It can be a blog. And also it can be LinkedIn or Viber or even WhatsApp or anywhere. If you are posting, you have to be very careful because someone can come up with the case. You may think only in papers. No. According to 2006 Electronic Transaction Act, which amended in 2007, there is no difference between ink writing and digital writing. So when we put a SMS, you are bound by that. You have to be very careful. Slander is a gesture or spoken statement, which is where the famous film star now today in jail because of this slander, making certain defamatory statements against the judiciary and the members in Sri Lanka. Now, in Sri Lanka, if you want to prove that statement is a defamatory one, defamation statement, 5 points you have to prove. Number one, you must prove that the defendant published the statement. Publish the statement, it can be a newspaper. It can be a poster. It can be a Facebook post. In other words, the defendant had to communicate the statement to the third party. Now, for example, if two people are saying each other, It's very hard to put defamation. Why? It has not communicated to a third party. So once you put into Facebook, it can be private, it can be public. Now I have a Facebook account, it is a public one. So if someone, making a statements against me and everyone can see, so it's a defamatory one, can take action. Second, the statement must be a false. It has to be a false statement. So this means that the statement was either directly untrue or that implies the fact was untrue. We are not talking about the opinion. Basically, we are talking about the facts of the case. Third, the statement cannot be privileged, also known as protected. So two types of things are there, absolute and conditional. So generally, statement that is absolutely privileged cannot be defamatory. One such act is 1958 Parliament Privilege Act. In the Parliament, one Parliament member is saying Pratibha Manam is a drug dealer. I can't take any action. I can't take any action. Why? It was fully protected Parliament, within the Parliament. Now, same Parliament member, if said that in a public rally, I can take action. Former Minister S.B. Dissanayake had that problem. So, even a parliamentarian, whatever they state in the Parliament, the speaker, honorable speaker, can cut off from the Hansard. Otherwise, all the ugly words are there, right? But they are protected. They are protected. But if the same member saying anything outside, those are called privileges. Privileges. Only parliamentarians saying something in the Parliament, not the lobby, Parliament well or the Parliament house. So statement protected by an absolute privilege. Judicial communications, we can't make a defamatory one. Statement made by judges, jurors, witnesses, litigants, attorneys in judicial proceedings, we can't. But a judgment, when you take a judgment, you can put your opinion. Reasonably, you can analyze the judgment. That is a different one. So statement made in the legislative process. Now, Port City is coming up. It is a legislative process. It is in the Parliament. First reading, second reading, debate. There can be a lot of other, defamatory statements are coming up, but cannot take any action because it is the Parliament privileges. So communication between spouses, husband and wife. A lot of fightings are there, but there is an act called 2005. Domestic Violation Act, you can take action against that, but defamatory was not. And even in the evidence ordinance in Sri Lanka, the husband cannot give evidence against a wife and wife cannot give because those are not credible evidence. So Sri Lanka evidence ordinance also not accepting such thing. Maybe husband and wife are sending SMS each other. SMS each other. So it's very hard to take action. But if this is, if you give the mobile phone to a mobile repairing company, that man has published that one. Lot of issues are there for cricketers and others you may have seen. Then the defamatory part is there, right? We have to remember that, not to give you a phone without deleting all these things. So in contrast, a statement that conditionally privileged are there. So maybe defamatory statements can be there conditional. Example, employment communications and common interest in communication, conditional privilege is there for the employer. So in the employment communication include communication between potential employer and a former employer about an employee. They say certain things, but privilege is there within the scope of the employment, but still you can use hate speech, hard words, threaten danger, bullying. Those are not accepted. Basically, those are coming under labor law action. So common interest communications are statement between those who share a common interest, such as communication between members of a welfare association where they have gone for a trip like that. Fourth one, you must prove the statement was published is a requirement degree of fault. So why you have published? Because negligence, it can be maliciously, actual malice. Likewise, you have to fault whether the statement was conditionally privileged as employee-employee, whether the statement was about a matter of private concern or public concern. It all depends with the character. You may have seen now in the royal family in United Kingdom, when Prince Diana, death of that, lot of public and lot of the communications came up. So this is where the life of this is Queen, and whether the statements concern public or private individual. Fifth, there are a few exceptions. Now, even make a defamatory statement, there are certain exceptions also. So, if a person make a defamatory statement against you, you can claim damages. Because of that, your reputation and image tarnished. So, damages can include loss of salary in some countries. In Sri Lanka, this is still not there. In Sri Lanka, still not there. Employment. You may lose your employment or your income. So these are very, very serious in European Union countries. Damages can also include non-economic damages like mental agony, suffering, emotional distress, humiliation, or harm to the reputation. A wound, physical wound, you can put medicine and you can heal. But anything in the mind, you can't heal that. Emotional distress. Emotional distress. One of the president in Sri Lanka said, you can kill me, but don't kill my name. Don't kill my name. That is the reputation where you have. So therefore, it's a mental agony, suffering, emotional distress, humiliation, all these things are there. But in Sri Lanka, judges are very, very, very strict of paying the emotional distress for suffering. What is your loss? But in South Africa, as well as European Union countries, it's very hard because you must be a psychiatric doctor because you have to analyze and see your emotional distress. So even certain good people still suffering because of false statement, those who are in the web and really suffering their mental distress. So those are the four requirements, and fifth is an exception. Now we'll come to the cyberspace. Cyberspace or paper space, both same. Only the medium different, but platform is same. So defamation or online defamation, this is my topic today. So cyber defamation occurs when a computer connected to the internet is used as a tool. So first thing you have to remember, what is a computer? Now there was a case in Sri Lanka, which was decided by Colombo Commercial High Court. One person sending a SMS message from his mobile to another person, and there is a issue in that SMS. So then when the case came up, the judge has to decide whether the mobile is a computer or not. Because cyber defamation definitely comes with computers. And finally, the judge decided, Colombo High Court judge decided 4G mobiles. 4G mobiles, any mobile which can process data, is a computer. So be very careful when you are sending SMS messages. It can be from your WhatsApp, Viber, Twitter, anything. Today, 4G mobiles or any mobiles which can send emails or which can connect it to internet, which can process data, it is there. So publishing of a defamatory statement against a person on a social networking, Facebook, Twitter, sending emails containing defamatory content about a person with the intention of defame him. So the intention is very important. So we have to find out why he is sending this. If it is true, still you can fight. So further, given the broad coverage of internet and the rate of dissemination of information on this platform, it is difficult to ascertain extent damage in monetary value. Sri Lanka, even the defamatory. Now, if you go to a shop and if you buy some good, if the good is not good quality, then you can sue and you can get the damages because monetary value is there. But your reputation, you are a human being. Your value, no one, even the courts cannot, you can see the statement value. So that's why Sri Lanka judges, when they are giving judgments, it can be a defamatory one, but nominal value, normally they are giving, but other countries differ. Now the problem of online defamation. Now you see the social media. Today, virtual library. So we are actually celebrating 100 years library. So Sripali, also the librarian, has introduced the human library book. That's good. Even Colombo University, it is there. She said it started in Sweden. So likewise, today we don't need buildings. We don't need buildings. Virtual campuses are coming up. Virtual libraries are coming up. But all you can't. Science, it's very hard. You need the laboratories. You need the laboratories. But the virtual universities are coming up, like VPN. If WhatsApp stop, if your WhatsApp application stop, you go to VPN. And with VPN, there's a big problem. VPN, the data is monitoring. But WhatsApp also now what they are going to do, unknown to you, they monitor all your activities, right? This is where violation of privacy, that is a different topic I am not going to touch here. But there is no 100%. Even Facebook, recent case filed in Paris, they have to pay a big amount, violation of privacy of the data of a Facebook user. Okay, anyway. So the internet and social media certainly great thing for people and society in general. Because of the Facebook, I got a lot of friends, those who were with me in grade 1, grade 2 classes in my school. So it's a good opportunity, getting the world interconnected and also uniquely effective breeding ground for potential liable statement. This is where the biggest problem. Liable statements are coming. So many people have learned, to their dismay, that the internet allows people to speak. That is freedom of speech. That is freedom of expression, innovative speech. So this mind almost too easily. The internet is chock full of interesting websites where someone could intentionally or accidentally leave potentially defamatory comment or post. That is another defense. Even you can say like this. Now in a paper, you write something, a bad statement you write, you can typex it. You can typex it. Yes, but internet, once you click the send button, it's gone. You can't get that. If it's a postal letter, you can go to the post office and get the letter back. But email, you can't. It's gone. But I think there is one Microsoft tool is there. That email, if the other party has not read, you can stop from here. Explorer somewhere, right? Okay, that is a good one. So just a few things to location. Letters to the editor of local newspaper. Even you can put some comments. Public comments on media, newspaper, magazine, website. And also I write a lot. Now even recently BBC, I wrote a letter. A lot of comments are coming. That's good. So in those comments, it can be defamatory, and then we have to see how it comes up. Then blogs and comments for blog posting. Social media like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, chat rooms. You have to be very careful. People can save it. List servers. So these are all some website screen post inflammatory or illegal content. Now, if it is obscene material, definitely the law is there. If it is a child pornography, yes, the law is there. But the defamatory is little bit not still coming under computer crime. We'll discuss that. So screening systems are not geared to examine every post of defamatory content, and so many defamatory posting end up online. Facebook recently recruited 5 Sri Lankans. Why they have recruited? They are monitoring the hate speech, violence, violation of religious harmony. They censor that. So these are Sri Lankans, graduates from universities, one in Scotland, another one in EU. What they do with their one in India also. India Facebook Incorporation is there. So what they do, they read your certain statements, but they don't delete the defamatory ones. They only delete certain statements. So therefore, they have to be competent in Sinhala, Tamil, and English, right? So, Facebook also putting some blocks in this. So examples of online defamation. So let's look at a couple of examples, which kind comments that must be online defamation. Let's say that you have a blog and then you write Veera Parakram Perera hit his wife 2 weeks ago. If this statement is not true, remember, truth is one of the absolute defense. If it is a truth, no defamation. But still it is a defamation. There is no way that statement is false. It also can take why you are interfering in others' life. If it is a police spokesman, saying certain things, police spokesman come to the media, and also you have to see whether those are defamatory or not. Whether sometimes they put nicknames for the suspects. When they put nicknames for the suspects, even they have a right to say that. So the person's image lower in the society. Our opinions protected. Sometimes you can say, I think that Veeraparakram Perera hit his wife 2 weeks ago. It came to the media. It came to the Facebook. Statements of opinion. They are not statements of fact. So theoretically, you are protected from libel suit. So if it is opinion, you can't. But still, even the opinion sometimes can be interference with their life. So in this case, the average person may very well look at your statement as statement of fact, depending on how well you know Veeraparakram Perera and his wife, and why you believe that Perera hit his wife. So we have to be very careful when interference are coming, automatically no protection. So what if the statement only part true, part false? So there are certain statements. Now I give another example. This is from a case in India. So let's look like this. Someone else Facebook page that Mary Johnson was fired from her job because she had a serious mistake, and as a result, her company lost an important client. Again, if this is a false statement, then he can take action, almost certainly defamation. But part true and part false, how come that? But if it is true that she made the mistake, but the company did not lose the client, part true, part false. So what in fact, her company fired her to replace the client. So you have certainly written something that was false, at least part. So, but you may be all it was not a defamation. So you have to fight cases like that. So the bottom line on this type of situation, if you are blogging, now bloggers are there in Sri Lanka, they put certain comments, and writing on your Facebook page or submitting comments on someone else's blog or Facebook. So you have to see very carefully whether the facts are absolutely true or false, or lower the image before you click the send button. Once you click the send button, you can't say sorry, not like printed media. Printed media, even before publishing. Now there was a paper that was published only in Sunday. That paper published a defamatory statement against former Prime Minister Honorable Sirima Bandaranaike. And even that paper didn't publish that day. So the printed material was there. Immediately they took an injunction and they stopped that. So the printed media you can stop before going to the public, but very sensitive, social media. So alternatively, if it is close call, why say it all? So you still need to write someone else's Facebook page about Mary Johnson being fired. Unless you are the one who fired her, you don't know all the facts. So don't put that. So in submitting posts or comments online on social media, it is a good idea to exercise the utmost caution and to avoid making any gray area statements. It can be defamatory. When you are saying something, he was actually attacked. You don't know right or wrong. If it is by media FM, they can cancel the license also. So what law applies? Where can I sue? Now in the blog or the Facebook, there was a defamatory statement. So this is a complicated issue that depends on what country you live. Now you are in Sri Lanka, and the person who was writing to your Facebook in Switzerland. So how can you, country to country? Yes, you can take the judgment because Sri Lanka has signed 1958 New York Convention, and you can implement that. So it's a big process. For a statement, no one is going to do that. So, and the contracts of defamer has your country. So if you think that you have been defamed online, you should contact the qualified attorney soon as possible. Discuss your legal option. Later, I will show you Sri Lanka where to complain. Can you sue the internet service provider? Sri Lanka, very few internet service providers are there. Sri Lanka Telecom, Dialog, Hutch, as well as, 5 to 6 only. So ISPs are actually, they are giving the facilitator like Facebook. like Facebook. That's also a platform. So you may post the defamatory material, but you can't put the vicarious liability to them. So ISPs or website hosts might have more money and therefore more ability to pay their judgment and blogger and poster defamatory statement. But in Sri Lanka, 2006 Electronic Transaction Act, Sri Lanka has specifically exempted website hosts, ISPs, from civil and criminal liability. So intentionally, if they are doing it, you can. Unintentionally, you can't put the as a co-defendant. Now let's see a employee use the employer's official email. Employer's official email. The employee used the employer's official email and send a harassment and defamatory statement against another person. In that case, that person can file the case against the institution as well as the author also. Therefore, all the institution must remember, put a disclaimer clause. Disclaimer clause. Whatever the content solely owned by the author and the institution is not liable. So it is very, very important. All the institutions in Sri Lanka, universities, you must have a disclaimer clause. Otherwise, if your employee used your employer's official email, not private, Yahoo and that's different, official email, and they can sue them. There are cases. So can you be liable for defamation of what other people write on your Facebook page? In Australia, New Zealand, lot of cases are there. So now I have a Facebook. Now in my Facebook, someone is writing a defamatory statement, not against me, against a person who put a comment. Sri Lanka law is still not clear. So in the Supreme Court of the New South Wales has reached a landmark decision in Dylan Waller's defamation case against 3 media companies, very famous, Nine, Sky News, and News Corporation. The court decided that media companies are now considered the publisher. If you are publishing something, the third party comments, yes, you are liable. So you have to be very, very careful. Even you must have a disclaimer clause. So the decision has alarming and profound consequences for the media companies, who are now liable for comments posted response for the post of their Facebook page, not in Sri Lanka. Still other countries, they have laws. So this decision did not rule whether other Facebook page owners with the public Facebook page could be held liable similar circumstances. Can I get insurance to cover defamation claims? Yes, not in Sri Lanka. In other countries, there is a new insurance case, defamatory claims insurance. Even if you put a defamatory statement and the court will say you have to pay $50,000, if you are insured, the insurance company is paying that. But the claim, the premium is very high. Sri Lanka, it is not there. Yes, many insurance companies now offering media liability insurance. So policy is designed to cover online libel claims. However, the cost, I have did a research and found small blogs minimum annual premium $2,500 and to 1 million. So even some people are making a defamatory statement. So the court give a verdict to pay this amount. So he pay and he can claim from the insurance company. But still Sri Lanka, it is not there. But it is not a good, thing. So please go to Online Journalism Review. They have an extensive guide to libel insurance of online publishers. Now, look here. If you get a defamation statement in your Facebook, immediately go to this website. Facebook, www.facebook.com/help/contact. Take this number. Immediately report, they will delete that. So this is where help desk. I don't know whether you know this or not. If someone suffering with the Facebook statement, first you take the photo, screen photo for the legal action, and you write to the Facebook to delete that. So this form is intended for reporting content that posted on Facebook that you believe is a defamatory under the law or otherwise violates your personal legal rights. So immediately write to them the content on Facebook defamatory. You may need seek guidelines from your lawyer. But even without that, immediately if you write, if that is a false statement, they will delete. But if it is a bullying, harassment, hate speech, yes, legal action is there. So what is defamation and how I report to the Facebook? So first what you have to do, defamation is a general false statement, and you go to this website and report immediately. So earlier I showed you another website, same. This is where defamation reporting form. So you have to first go to the Facebook and you have to get the form download, and thereafter fill the form and immediately send them. But remember, certain statements may not be defamatory, but it is so against our community standards for bullying, harassment, threatening danger, death threats for family members. It is a violation. It is against the penal code of Sri Lanka. So you can take action on that. So how do I report someone for harassment and slander? Go to this website. So everything Facebook now supporting you. Immediately they will delete that. So what forms of defamatory publication are admissible by courts? Now, if you are saying in the courthouse, you have to prove with evidence. Sri Lanka, we have 1995 Evidence Special Provision Act amended in 1999 in Sri Lanka. Any electronic record printed on a paper or recorded or copied, optical or magnetic media shall be admissible in court. Audio, video, visual, graphic, CCTV, SMS, MMS, all these are admissible. But be very careful. Don't amend, keep as it is, because people can, manipulate those things. The machine, you have to keep it original. Online chats are also admissible if you are recording. Electronic mails are also admissible. So all these things are there in Sri Lanka, right? So I will give some cases. Now, employers' liability issues are there. This is a very good case. SMS Limited versus Jogesh Kawat. Derogatory statement, employee to the employers and other subsidiary companies. Now, if you are making a statement like that, restrained by the Delhi High Court kind of a communication, and finally, the India High Court gave an injunction for the cyber defamation. Cyber defamation. Even the host not in India, but still they have given certain verdicts against the host also. Now in Sri Lanka, what we have? So where and when lodged to complaint? Any person aggrieved by cyber defamation can lodge a complaint to Sri Lanka CERT, which is there in the BMICH complex. And there is another place, TechCERT, in University of Mora too. So those places immediately you complain, because then they can investigate. They can't take legal action. Sri Lanka CERT, TechCERT, only investigators. So immediately you go to www.police.lk. Only CID can investigate this. Normal police, they can't. They can't. You have to write a letter to police department headquarters. Under one SSP is looking this, and DIG is there, and they have their staff. Or go to www.police.lk, fill the form and send. However, it is pertinent to note the lodging of cyber defamation complaint against a person is one of the serious nature, because the act filing a complaint also brings the reputation of the accused in the line of fire. So you have to be very carefully looked at. So these are all false statements, defame statement, reputation of an institution, and can be a harassment. Many ways you can do it. Now there is another good case, a very recent case. Swami Ramdev, another versus Facebook Incorporation and others. Justice Pratibha Singh had passed an order to remove all defamatory contents. All defamatory contents against the yoga guru Baba Ramdev without any territorial limit. Because India can give a judgment only for India. But they gave the judgment, for the Facebook that is in USA. And this is a very good case. So the courts in India should have international jurisdiction pass worldwide injunction? No, they don't have. So Facebook has filed an appeal against this. Facebook said, no, India can't give a injunction against that. But still, which was accepted by the High Court. But whatever I want to show, if that is a prima facie, maybe defamatory statement, but still the Facebook can look the appeal and see globally national sovereignty. Those are different things, international committee, but the defamation laws are very, very powerful, and then they can take action. All these are cases. I can do a lot of cases. This is where Sharon Link versus State of Odisha. It's a fake account. Now, Sri Lanka, this problem is there. Someone has set up a fake account, and then you have to write to police department, and the police department write to Facebook Incorporation. Then the Facebook Incorporation sometimes deletes. Then the Facebook say come up with the court case. It will take long time in Sri Lanka. Same thing in India also. So the cyber defamation, if it is a fake obscene images, yes. And another interesting case, this is also Spentex Industries Limited versus Chowdhury. The petition had filed for a compulsory and prohibitory injunction. Immediately stop spreading this, defamatory one. Recovery of rupees 550 lakhs. Damage, lost reputation of the business due to the defamatory email sent by the defendant to the International Cooperation World Bank. President of Republic Uzbekistan. That's a big problem. So the case was filed in 2006 and the case concluded in 2019. My God, how long it took. So this is the issue. Immediately you can take a injunction. When you ask for the damage, it will take another 10 years. Sri Lanka, I don't know how long it will take. So the cases are dragging. So the person will forget about that. So let's see a case filed in 2006 which concluded in 2019. How many years the Honorable District or plaintiff about 1/10 of that. So even if you ask 50 lakhs, only 500,000 awarded, but that was also long. Then people will forget. Law on cyber defamation in India, very powerful. In India, Indian Penal Code, the defamatory statement, they take it as a very serious one, an electronic document. And also India Information Technology Act 2000. They say electronic record forge, all these cyber defamation, they can take action, but not in Sri Lanka. Facebook must delete defamatory content worldwide if asked. This is the latest European Court of Justice. They keep. Hosting providers such as Facebook can be ordered to remove remarks of identical or equivalent to ones already deemed illegal, the EU top court said. So all these things I am just showing the courts have the power, and European Union only within that territory, but still they give this defamatory statement against a politician, Australian Green Party. So the Facebook issue was there, which was in Ireland. So online harassment, this is another big problem. South Africa, we have a very big. So in Facebook, online harassment, South Africa courts are just like Sri Lanka. So this case came up in against. So can you mute your mic, please? So this is where one platform. There was an NGO, Economic Freedom Fighters, leaders of Julius Malem. They, put a defamatory statement, but immediately the court asked to pay damages. It's a recent case. Now Sri Lanka. 3 days before, Sri Lanka. On 19th April 2021, Sri Lanka Cabinet not for laws against false propaganda online. Sri Lanka Cabinet Ministers has approved a proposal to draft legislation to combat false and misleading statements on the internet, not defamatory. Yeah? So the Cabinet Office said today, days after country's justice minister reiterated the government commitment to criminalizing social media posts deemed fake. So you have to be very careful. If you are still the law was not passed, law is going to amend, and they put, criminal defamation can come up. Singapore, very powerful. Singapore Protection from Online Falsehood and Manipulation Act, a controversial piece of legislation that has drawn widespread criticism as a tool to control the media and free speech. So this is the problem world facing too. So now Sri Lanka, I got the statistics, profiles, 15 to 17% Sri Lanka social media activities are, all these are fake. So you can take action. So this law was passed in Singapore 2018. The government is considering a law like this in Sri Lanka. So can issue correction notice first, put a correction notice if it is a misleading one, or if it is where, certain publishing a false statement. Not in Sri Lanka, in Singapore. 1 million Singapore dollars they can fine. So these are, and jail sentence up to 10 years. So government can restrict online content by implementing filtering and blocking software. Can you remember sometimes like WhatsApp block, Facebook block, and people went to VPN. Obscenity laws are there in Sri Lanka. So defamation, final word. In 2002, Sri Lanka repealed laws relating to criminal defamation, which was a criminal offense, but 2002 the government repealed. But you can take only civil defamation, can be established if published in maliciously. And also this is where civil defamation cases are there in Sri Lanka. And also if you have a social media policy, violation of the social media policy, the institution can take action. Thank you very much. I think it took nearly 45 minutes. If any question there, we can discuss. Be alert. My advice today, be alert, be careful. When you are putting unintentionally or intentionally or accidentally, if something goes online and also defamatory and also violation of someone's privacy, so the legal, backing up laws are very soon coming in Sri Lanka. Until then, there are certain, common law that is called delicts. First, I showed you the letter of demand. If I go to the first slide, just look, you will get a letter of demand post. I am showing only a part of this letter of demand and asking 1 billion. Sometimes they are not paying that. So apology, common apology. Now, Sri Lanka, there was a case when Honorable Prince Gunasekara, former attorney at law, 1980-89, he went to United Kingdom, and against him, Ceylon Associated Newspaper Corporation published a news article. It's a defamatory one, and this daily newspaper was distributed in United Kingdom, and therefore he took a court order, Honorable Prince Gunasekara, from High Court of United Kingdom, and the UK asked to pay damages, and the judgment was sent to Sri Lanka, but fortunately there was no publisher. That's why Sri Lanka escaped from that. So you have to be very careful if it is a printed one. I can give a lot of cases, but online cases are very, very few, because these things are now coming into law. Even a law is not there. Policy is very important. So we adhere to the policy. We are responsible citizens in the country, responsible citizens. So if someone is putting a statement against you, so you have a right to, contradict that. Even you can write a letter to the editor. Press Council is there. Press Council, Sri Lanka Press Council, they are going to change the laws. So thank you very much for giving this opportunity. If any problem or any suggestion, all are welcome. So I actually wish you all the best if you are using the Facebook. And for the library, for another 120 or 200 years, the library may survive, we may not be there. So that time, I think it's a library of online library.
Yeah, thank you, Professor. There's a question raised by one of the participants. He asks, what would happen if somebody maliciously or purpose?
Sorry, yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Oh, sorry, sir. Yeah. Yes, Professor. A participant asked, what would happen if somebody maliciously or purposefully steals another one's email account and sends an email of a derogatory statement or untrue facts?
Very important.
Yeah.
It's a computer crime. 2007 Computer Crime Act. Stealing your data, stealing your accounts is a computer crime. Immediately inform Sri Lanka CERT or TechCERT, and by that time, please inform Sri Lanka Police Department. Sri Lanka Police Department, and they will investigate, and there are punishments, and you have to pay in between 100,000 to 300,000 in between that. And also what will happen, this is where basically coming up with sometimes they give suspended sentences, or minimum 1 year and maximum 3 years. So first thing, stealing your data or stealing your account, that is a computer crime, and then you can sue for your financial loss also in a civil case.
Thank you, Professor. There's another question.
Yeah.
In this digital world, there's little or no privacy, or the definition of privacy has changed quite a lot on the digital platform, because especially Facebook is concerned. People are posting private or personal information. Sometimes, the spouses, when they are separated, they throw very derogatory statements against one another. And this is seen by third parties. And what if somebody is doing it and inadvertently and inviting the perpetrators to do the defamation? In such case, we know the restrictions is enshrined in Article 15 of the Constitution. But yet, I don't know how the victim would be getting the remedies, sir.
Excellent question. Excellent question. This is coming under violation of right to privacy and your personal life, as well as personal affairs. Unfortunately, Sri Lanka, privacy, right to privacy is not a fundamental human rights yet. Sri Lanka, we don't have a privacy legislation yet. So therefore, violation of right to privacy, online or offline, you can file a case under, take legal action under law of delicts. Law of delicts. I can remember a case filed by former President Honorable Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga versus Siha Ranatunga, Chief Editor, Sri Lanka Times, Sunday Times. That was a very good case, if you can follow it. This is where her personal life, in a column article, Sunday Times column article, her personal life, which was really, really criticized. So she filed a case. Finally, Honorable Sarath and Silva, at that time Chief Justice, they came for a settlement. So there is a provision. But sorry, I think in the future, Constitution right to privacy may be recognized as a fundamental right, and the privacy bill may very soon come. Data protection bill is there. So until those legislations come up, there can be these type of incidents can happen. So even that incident happened, what you can do, can claim for damages, but the damage already happened. This is the issue. When it goes to online or when it go to Facebook, your damage already happened. So how come correct that? Immediately you can't stop, like earlier I said. But only thing you can claim, you have to go under violation of right to privacy. Very few cases are there in Sri Lanka. The first case I gave, there was another case. Honorable Gamini Fonseca versus People's Bank. Yes, Ravia paper. Ravia paper, People's Bank, Mirissa branch. People's Bank, Mirissa branch. Manager has given some private details of Honorable Gamini Fonseca. Then he filed a case. So damages were paid. So few cases I can do like that in Sri Lanka. Yes. So only thing you can claim damages. Even you can claim damages, there can be an issue which is coming up in a very, very narrow case. Technology is more faster than the law. So we must have certain restrictions in future to get up from all these cases.
Yeah, that's true, Professor. And I am just bundling up a couple of questions together, because they are talking about...
Can I come up with another incident if you give 1 minute?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
one company in Sri Lanka, one top company went for a picnic. They spend the day, one of the best hotel in Bentota. And there are some fun games. Fun games are there. Employer, employee, male, female. They are sitting and they are consuming, some orange juice. It's a competition. That Bentota Beach Hotel cameraman who took a photograph of the employer and employee, beautiful employer, beautiful male and a female. And he posted that in Bentota, that hotel website. So this female who is working in that company is a married one. And this lady's husband friend saw this and he informed, look here, your wife is, drinking orange juice with another friend in a beach hotel. Oh my God, husband got upset. Now the divorce case was filed. Nothing physically happened. Nothing sexually happened. But still the photograph, it's a violation of right to privacy. Immediately they remove the photograph. Now the case is going up. 2 cases. One is a divorce case is coming up. There is no ground for the divorce case. But the second one, without my knowledge, I also got shocked. I just browsed my name, Google. My God, 250 photographs are there, but all good photographs. I don't know why the Google is doing good thing. All my images are there. I check one by one, whether any defamatory things are there, but nothing like that. So Google is doing something free of charge for me. All my videos, all my photographs, everything there. But, something can go wrong. Then how can I take action? No, Google has a privacy policy. I can write to them and I can claim. That's why this in France, Germany, there are a lot of cases. That's another interesting topic. One day we will discuss that also. This is where right to privacy. Sorry about that. So yes. You said you have a lot of questions.
Yes,
I don't know the time is also there.
Yeah, I'll brief them out along with your line of talking about Google posting your videos and photographs. Our acting librarian is interested whether this video could be posted on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
I am not a man with copyright. I am a man with copyleft. All my articles, I don't want copyright. I need copyleft.
Thank you.
Western philosophy is copyright. I am where Eastern philosophy. We share our knowledge. Sharing knowledge is one thing we have to respect.
Yes,
thank you.
That's true, sir. And another thing, if there is no strong evidence, as you already have stated, sir, it's very hard to find the unidentified personnel who is doing this perpetration. And at the same time, sir, defamation is already happened, and the evidence could not be substantiated well. And in that case, the victim is suffering the damage forever. In such case, how can the perpetrator or the person who is doing the defamation intentionally would be punished or unidentified?
Excellent. That is where the digital evidence, digital labs are there. Colombo University, UCSC, they have a digital forensic lab. So once you report that case, I am not sure whether technically you can collect the evidence. Remember, in Sri Lanka, if no evidence, no case. You need evidence. Saki තියෙන්න Saki නැත්නම් දෙයියෝ සාක්කි තමයි.
Of course, sir.
So that is the issue. Yeah. I know what you are saying. But Sri Lanka, very talented digital forensic experts are there in Colombo University, Peradeniya University, Moroto University. So normally it is reported to the judge and you produce the laptop or the computer. Then what happened? They will give it to the digital forensic lab to investigate. I don't know whether you can do it, but FBI, USA FBI, they are very talented on this. So still you can, I don't know, with Interpol, you can get the support of FBI of collecting these incidents, this Tajuddin murder case. there was certain CCTV camera evidence. The CCTV camera evidence, Sri Lanka forensic digital experts say we can't. Then the magistrate ordered them to send to the FBI laboratory in USA. But they also failed to identify those characters, as you say. There are certain things, but still the investigation can go up. This bad time, still the technology has not advanced like that. But if you have evidence as, no, you don't have direct evidence. If you don't have direct evidence, at least you have some circumstantial evidence, you can establish the case. But still that Tajuddin case also, you know, there are certain barriers on evidence. One case I am showing you, that is CCTV camera, but I am not talking about CCTV camera. I am talking about this normal, you know, audio, video, visual and graphics. Yes, it's a limitation. Wholehearted, I agree with.
Yes, sir. And in such case, one doesn't realize that he or she is defamed on public media. And in that case, there might be some kind of, a period for that victim to realize that defamation already happened. So would there be any legal time limit as asked by the participant?
Excellent, excellent. When you want to file a case, within how many years, the time bar is very important. You know, once you know, normally in USA, that is certain state, Pennsylvania, as Tennessee, 1 year time bar, and Sri Lanka also, once you get it know, within 2 years you must take action, but don't wait at that time. Immediately try to take the action, because when a check bounce, there is 6 months time period like that. That is called prescription time period. Prescription. But as you say, after 6 months only you realize this is a defamation.
Yes.
So,
and along with that, sir, since our country is a multi-ethnic country,
definitely,
there would be, definition of derogatory statement or defamation could be varying between communities, religious groups, and culture. So, in such case, how the court would, draw the line or rule out this would be the defamation.
Before going to courts, Facebook Incorporation, they are very strict about that. I said Sri Lankan experts, they have recruited. Immediately they will delete all these statements. Disruption of religious harmony, peace, as well as ethnicity, you can't make any statement. So I assure that. They will suspend their accounts. I'll come to the law second. So Facebook company is very strict on that. They may not allow anyone to put this derogatory statement. Still, if someone is put in that, yes, immediately you have to complain to CI. And then the culprits, they will arrest and then they will sue. But the problem we have, hate speech must come to the black and white letters of law. Until that, so there is a offense in penal code. Disruption of religious harmony can file cases. So even offline or online, it is not problem. So Facebook Incorporation, they take immediate action. You may have seen, oh, my Facebook was suspended. Please send some likes. For 3 months they suspend. 6 months they suspend. So that is a warning given for everyone. Be very careful.
Yes, sir. In that line, sir, I have seen one recent news. Richard Dawkins, the UK philosophist and psychologist, was given Humanist of the Year award in 1996 by American Humanists Association.
Yeah, I also
after having seen his tweet on transgender community, they have revoked his award. So after having all those years, an award could be revoked by a tweet on Twitter. And in such case, I'm wondering, it might sound sensitive, but I'm wondering, there's a huge inclination towards leftist liberal control
Yeah.
or conservative or right-wing control. So these kind of speeches and defamation or the definition of such derogatory statements would be defined by both sides, extremes. So in such case, what are the legal provisions, sir? Thank you.
Before that, I'll tell another thing.
Okay, sir.
What happened to the former president of the United States, Donald Trump? What
Yeah.
happened to his Twitter? What
Yes.
happened to his Twitter? His Twitter was forcibly suspended. It's a democracy country. It's a democratic country. And he was continuously asking, give my Twitter. No. Can you remember when the oath was taken by the new president, Joe Biden? A lot of things happened.
Yes, sir.
So they are forcibly stopped their Twitter. Even my Twitter or your Twitter or Facebook, they can do it. But that is not the question you are asking. So in those cases, freedom, liberty, all these things are there for the words. But if certain things are happening, yes, freedom of speech. Now, online communication is a fundamental human rights in European Union. In such a case, they can't. So computer communication accepted as a fundamental human right in specifically European Union, not in other countries. So in that case, if they have forcibly stopped that, even those are all private companies. That's the issue. In Sri Lanka, even we don't have Twitter like that. So when they are taking action on these things, they see how it damages to the society, how the harm will disrupt the society, and also to protect the discipline of the society, they take all these things, but the company has the wider power. It's a contract. We are not paying for that. So even my Facebook suspended, my Twitter suspended, I can't take any legal action.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a huge eye-opening session. And we felt that you are a huge law library in Sri Lanka. So such a huge information on legal consequences of defamation and derogatory statements online. And we thank on behalf of all parties.